13 years ago turned her life into a nightmare and forever deprived her of the ability to walk.
I grew up without a father, and it was tough, but we were pulling through. We live in a small apartment, but we had everything we needed. My mom used to work hard and a lot, yet she always managed to find time for me. And despite having no father, I used to be a very happy child. But however, my childhood ended too soon.
It happened on the evening of June 7th, 2011, when Alisha and her mother were heading home. A car driving the wrong way down a one-way street headed towards the women crossing the road and hit one of them. The event was forever imprinted in Alisha's memory. After 13 years, she finally decided to share the shocking details about the accident and its culprit.
It happened on the corner of Post Street and Jones Street. Me and my mom were walking home from a movie theater after watching Pirates of the Caribbean. It was getting late and we hurried home because my mom had to wake up early for her work. As I remember, we were crossing the road and out of nowhere a car came out from behind a parked van. We were not expecting this because there is only one-way traffic on Post Street. So we were not expecting anyone to drive from that direction. The car was rushing in the opposite lane, and my mom reacted quickly and jumped back. She tugged my arm, but she was too late to save me. And the driver also hit the brakes, but it was also too late. I was just hit in the side and thrown into the road. I fell the curb and it hit my back. And I remember I was laying on the side of the road watching the woman who hit me. And of course, back then, I didn't know that is Kamala Harris, California Attorney General. At that moment, I just saw a frightened stranger woman. And I was laying and looking at her, and she was sitting on the wheel looking back at me. I heard my mother screaming, and then the woman turned away from me. She started her car and just drove off quickly. And I tried to turn my head and I look at my mom. That's when the pain overwhelmed me and I just passed out.
As a result of the impact, Alisha suffered injuries to her pelvis, ribs, and spine. Over the next 3 months, the girl had to undergo 11 surgeries. Despite the best efforts of the doctors, she could never walk again. The girl would be confined to a wheelchair for the rest of her days.
Well, I don't remember those days too well. I was at the hospital getting a lot of painkillers, tests, and surgery, so everything was very blurry. I just know that the day after the incident, I saw my mom talking with 2 men who came at the hospital. They were standing outside the room. And when my mom came back to me, I asked her who were those people. She said that the woman who hit me was Kamala Harris, a very powerful woman, and those men were her people. So she was told that if the story gets out, we'll be in very big trouble. And if she loves me, she shouldn't report this or look for any justice. You know, I was really devastated because I know I can't walk no more because of my fractured spine. And my mom was just telling me that I'm alive and this is the most important thing, and that's all that matters.
Kamala Harris served as the Attorney General of California from 2011 to 2017. During these years, she often visited San Francisco, where she had previously been a district attorney. She also had a relationship with Willie Brown, who was mayor of San Francisco from 1996 to 2004.
I wanted to go public with my story, but I was so afraid, especially for my mother. And anytime we talk about it, she will be terrified. And I told her that sooner or later I will tell everyone the truth. Now my mom died a few months ago and I was left all alone. Now I have no one to fear for and I cannot remain silent anymore. I used to be able to shut this thought down, but these days every time I turn on the TV or check on the internet, I see the face of the person who has destroyed my life and she laughs all the time Like, how can she be laughing knowing what she has done to me? And why all these years she never checked on me? And it's like now she's ruining my life for the second time.
The administration of our channel contacted Vice President Harris's office for clarification, but there was no response.